Hey guys, Jack here, bringing you another train review. Today I'm going to be doing it on the Mallard. It's made by Hornby, and if I look on the side of the box, its product code is R2059 LNER 462 Mallard Class A4. So there we are, there's the box. As you can see, looking along it, there's a photo in the front of the bit of card instead of just a drawing. I prefer having the photo in the front because I think it looks better, but that's just me. Sorry if I'm sounding a bit croaky today, it's purely because I've got a cold. And there's a bit of a rip on the box there, but that'll be only because it's been out of the box plenty. Now Mallard is, I think it's the fastest, it's the fastest steam locomotive in the world. I think its record was 126 miles an hour, and just because I'm super professional, I have written down a couple of things on a post-it note. It was built in Doncaster on the 3rd of March 1938 and was withdrawn on the 25th of April 1963. So there we are, let's get it out of the box and see what it's like. Right then, opening the box, it's just normal Hornby package. You just open the side and slide it out. I should really be getting a tripod for this camera because it's a bit low down and you can't really see it. But there it is, just in the polystyrene tray. It is such a nice model, so well detailed. Right, where's the instructions? I'll have to talk you through them before we look at the train. There we are. Just open them out. There's the instructions. As you can see, and over on the other side, it's just normal rubbish. Just telling how to replace the motor and the springs and how to clean it and lubrication and all the rest of it. So that's the boring stuff out of the way. Let's look at the detail on the train. Right then, as you can see, we've got the model out of the box and on top of the polystyrene tray. I think I'll start with the logo itself now. Start the front, as you can see, it's got obvious things, sprung buffers, as you'd expect from a model like this. Don't know if you can see there, but there's a little hole for the vacuum pipe to be added if you want to. Hook there, and of course you've got the number across the front. There's plenty of detail on the smoke box door, like there's rivets and of course a little plaque there where the number would be if it was a British Rail version of this. And yeah, there's loads of detail around the smoke box doors. You can see where it opens up and everything. On the sides you can see it's got red wheels, and the linkage on the A4s is just fantastic. It's just so intricate. The only reason I'm able to spin these wheels is because on this model the motor's in the tender, which means that the wheels on the loco are just used for picking up electricity, so we're freewheeling. You can see the Mallard name badge is just a separately fitted etched bit of metal, which is really nice. And of course you've got this really nice separately added handrail going down the side of the boiler. There's a little pipe going along here, but that's just moulded into the body shell. There's loads of detail on these side skirts. There's riveting in all the right places by the looks of things, and there's little indents and everything. On the top, it's not as good on the top, if I'm honest. I mean, you've got the really nice chimney and whistle, but along the top of here I think it should have a little more detailing. I think it should have a bit of riveting in between the lines and everything. I don't know if it was like that in real life, but I think it should have them. Moving along to the cab, you can see it's portrayed the streamlining so well along this section here. You can see it's got the number again and the builder's plate. Don't know if you can make that out. I can't, and that's reading it off camera. We've got more separately fitted handrails along there. The plastic windows. When you look in the cab, you can see it's got some cab detail. It's not the best, but it is there. That's the main thing. And on the roof you got I think they're safety valves or whistle. Yeah, they're safety valves, and there's some little hatches on the roof. Now my granddad's got another A4, but on that A4 the roof hatches open up. On this one they don't, but it's still really nice. The other side is it's pretty much just the same. So now I've done that. So now we've done the loco. Let's have a look at the tender. Right then, so here's the tender. As you can see, again in the same amazing L&R Garter Blue livery. Well, I think it's Garter Blue anyway. But there, you can see L&R printed very, very crisply on the side of the tender. And on the bogies of the tender, you've got pretty well detailed little axle boxes and springs and all the rest of it. And you've got the 4 wheels, it picked out in the same red as on the locomotive. On the underneath, I'm just looking if you've got the room for brake rods. It doesn't look like it, but you could maybe stick some in if you really wanted them. On the back, the back axle on the bogie actually swivels to help it go around corners better, and it's on a medium sized tension lock coupler. On the back of the tender, it's got 3 separately added handrails running along the top and the sides, and some steps leading up the back, so say a fireman could get into the top and load up with water or help coal loading or something like that. And again, you've got a little vacuum pipe there and sprung buffers as you'd expect. On the other side it's pretty much the same, but on top you've got little hatch there where the water spout would go when you're filling it up with water, and also a reasonably detailed coal load, which looks okay, but you could probably cover it up with real coal if you wanted to. It's not removable, so if you were, oh sorry about them knocking the camera there, you'd have to cover this one up with the coal. On the front of the tender, it's quite well detailed. You've got little brake handles and little chute where the coal comes out, and yeah, it's quite a good little detailed tender this actually. It's one of the more detailed parts of the model actually, the tender, as it seems to be on most Hornby locomotives. Again, you've got some more little handrails down there, and I think this bit here could do with maybe a little bit of painting, but you could always add that if you wanted to. It just connects to the locomotive in the normal way, where it just slots into a hole like that. But I think that's the locomotive. Let's get it on the track and see how it performs. So then, here we are, back on the layout, and as you can see we've got the Mallard on the north corner, next to the shed. So all wheels are on the tracks, and I'm just going to walk over here now to the controllers and test its slow speed performance. And help if it was switched on. As you can see, I think that's really, really good. And this is on DC, remember. Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic actually. So there we are. Now I'm just going to send it round to a couple of coaches, bring them round. I know it's not exactly prototypical having virgin coaches on it, but it looks alright, and they're the only ones I've got to hand right now, so that's what we're going to use. So I think now I'm going to set the train off and we'll get a few good shots of it going past. So then, in conclusion, the Mallard is a fantastic train. It's a brilliant runner and looks great too. No matter what era or time zone your layout's set in, you've got to have one. That's all I've got to say.